Image optimization during endoscopic ultrasound. When we do endoscopic ultrasound, we have infrasound, we have ultrasound. Infrasound is less than 20,000, ultrasound is more than 20,000.
So endoscopic ultrasound is done by pulse transducer, which transmits and receives. And this pulse transducer acts on the basis of echo ranging. The sound goes in, the sound comes back. This goes in and comes back depends on the depth. If you have more depth, your repetition frequency is low. If you have less depth, your pulse repetition frequency is high. And that is what we will explain. For example, we want to use 2 centimeter or 20 centimeter. In the case we just did, we used maximal depth to show, demonstrate what exactly was going on. So in this case, what we want to show is that the elements, this is the construction of all the elements that we want to show. Nothing. This is the construction of elements that we want. Elements are sending ultrasound waves. And these elements are fitted, elements are fitted at 5 degrees, 0.5 degrees transducer. In this case, we will have about 240 elements in a 120-degree transducer. The elements produce waves, the waves concentrate, and then they diverge, and they have a near zone and a far zone and a focus. And the image is best seen at the focus. The resolution is of 3 kinds: spatial resolution, temporal resolution, and contrast resolution. The spatial kinds: axial resolution, lateral resolution, and azimuthal resolution. Axial resolution, lateral resolution is along this axis. Temporal resolution is time. We will demonstrate these smaller tricks of axial, temporal, contrast resolution to you during the workshop today. But the simple formula for understanding temporal resolution is that the velocity of sound is related to frame depth. This is frame depth, frame rate. This is the frame rate written here, and frame width. This is the frame that we are seeing, frame width. So these lines are formed. This is frame width, frame depth, and frame rate. So frame depth is more temporal resolution because more frames will be formed. But reduce the frame width. In this case, frame width is 150 degree to 140 degree. The same adrenal gland is better seen, but a higher temporal resolution of frame rate 21. What temporal resolution? So we have to zoom for better spatial and temporal resolution. And there are 2 kinds of zoom. One is right zoom, second is read zoom. In this case, we were asking the right zoom rather than the read zoom. The right zoom is actual zooming it while doing it. Read zoom is that you record it and then zoom it. So if you want good quality of image, as seen in this case, you must do right zoom, not read zoom. The contrast resolution, I will explain this as bits and dynamic range. And this is how you see when in image you see pixels. Pixel is made of bits, and bits, number of bits decide thing. And in ultrasound, it is responsible for forming the image. And this 8-bit image form 256 bits. We will adjust how to show the dynamic range for contrast when to decrease dynamic range, when to have a normal dynamic range. The normal dynamic range in endoscopic ultrasound is around 70 to 90 millimeter, 70 to 90 decibel, but we sometimes need to reduce it, as in this case, where we want to see only black and white. So in this case, again, when we were injecting Varix, we needed to see only black and white, and even better imagination would have been possible if we reduce the dynamic range to 40. As in this case, this is 45 dynamic range, 90. This is black and white, and this you see more characters of the one. So ultrasound waves form dots. These are the dots where we see, and the color Doppler optimization is the next part, because in this case we want to show that the moving blood goes along the column, and this moving blood, we must decide what angle we want to place the color Doppler box. The defined color Doppler box. The color Doppler box is the area which is superimposed on normal machine, normal B-mode image. Color map. On the side screen, you will see this color map. Highest positive velocity, highest negative velocity. And this is highest positive and negative color map. Nyquist limit. And this is the limit. We can see on the screen that this is 18.2, and this is the limit of velocity that this is measured right now. So one is artery coming towards you, vein going towards you. Nyquist limit is the upper limit of measurement, 18.2. And this Nyquist limit, when this is exceeded, that in this case, the measuring is plus 60, the measuring Nyquist limit is minus 20, and this graph is mostly plus, so you can say a good demonstration of the graph. You measure the velocity, you measure the PRF, and you measure low velocity structure with low measurement scale, high velocity structure with high scale of measurement. If you do the reverse, if you use for veins high scale of measurement, you will not be able to measure it. And if you use for arteries, you use of low scale of measurement, this will call aliasing, that we will show. For example, in this vessel, there are several zones of change. The color velocity measurement is 21.9. This is minus scale, plus scale, and this is the changing scale, and this change in color is called aliasing. On the other hand, in this vessel, we see dark red color, this blue color, but this red color is more like this, and this blue color is more like this, and there is a black gap here in between. Color indicates change of direction. So what do we need to do? We need to increase frequency, we need to adjust focus, we need to adjust zoom, and we need to see in this case, which we have done the highest zoom, and then we apply color Doppler. But what is happening in this color Doppler? That the gain has to be reduced, because the color Doppler gain was reduced to 34, and then the artifacts outside the image. So summarizing, color mode, improve axial resolution, improve radial resolution, adjust depth, use frequency, gain, identify vessel, and use the zone. So this is depth, 6 centimeter. This is wastage of information. Use more depth. Use lowest frequency possible. For example, in this case, lowest frequency will improve axial resolution. For color Doppler, lowest frequency for B mode imaging. In this case, we can see these are the echoes within this. Basal gain is 30. When we use color Doppler, we reduce all echoes within the wet vessel so that there are no color Doppler. The gain can be of 3 types: B mode, color mode, and spectral bone. And we have to improve the lateral resolution. I am just throwing in these bits, and hopefully by evening people will have a better picture of overall what we want to show, how we improve axial resolution, how we improve lateral resolution. I just want to say that the elements form wave and the waves are focused. 5 people speaking continuously towards one focus, as in this mic. And this is the focus that is the best site of lateral resolution, and we'll keep on improving this focus. Other ways to improve lateral resolution is applying compound imaging, spatial compounding, so that the images cross each other. So harmonic imaging is the way to improve another axial resolution, because harmonics will form a narrower focus and the returning waves will be analyzed better when we use harmonics. You can do improvement in quality of imaging by more elements in firing line than the. So the color flow imaging, I will elaborate only on 4 things right now. This is control of color box angle, color box width, color gain, velocity, CRF, and how to do it. For example, this is the color box angle. Here, this angle is not good, this is good, and this is too far, color box angle. Color box size. This is smallest box, increase in y-axis, increase in x-axis, and if you take trackball, it increases in x-y-axis. Here this screen shows too much gain, no gain, too low gain, and this is gain is correct gain, which shows blood vessel. Again, in this case, scale, because we want to measure what is the velocity, and if we adjust the velocity scale then we will be able to see properly. This is the area where we see no aliasing. We see here aliasing here. And this is the transition zone. The same vessel, half red, half blue. Why? Because in the central part, the direction of blood flow is changing. Same as in example of aorta, flow towards, flow away, but the direction is changing. And in between the maximum red and maximum blue, you will see a black line. You will not see it when there is aliasing. The last part is a spectral Doppler. We adjust the position, size, and all. Number 1, you apply the gate. Gate is within a vessel. Number 2 is you adjust the size of the gate, bring the gate within the vessel, and then adjust the size of the gate. And then here, how much gate should be approximately around 3/4 or 2/3 of the lumen of the vessel. Then adjust the angle of the gate by rotation, and that's just the spectral gain, because this is the I have increased the gain of spectrum, and then I will do the imaging by adjusting the. So this is the spectrum gain. We can adjust the baseline by moving up and down. Here this is aliasing. This is the line. I will move this baseline down, and the spectral analysis is done in this case by venous pulsations, in this case by aortic pulsation. The spectrum is broad in veins, spectrum is in arteries. So last point of the slide, few slides, we saw this is the stone. Record, review, record, analyze. In this case, we apply tissue harmonic imaging. You can see that this is the thing that is seen, and as soon as you apply harmonics, this artifact disappears. See the papilla, normal imaging, see the papilla, but then stop and see the papilla in zoom position. Zoom, you will see the inside the part, the intraduodenal part of the bile duct. And then again I see we get CBD. You want to see in this case the CBD. We are following the CBD. We are following the portal venous confluence. In this case, maximum zoom has been done. This is the CBD. Some structures are lying within the CBD, and we have done the maximum zoom to analyze. And again, we said apply color Doppler. You want to see a mass, apply color Doppler. Don't waste energy. This is the pancreatic ducting into the mass. Apply maximum zoom, apply these vessels and color adjustment to see what is going on. Maximum. This is the final two slides I want to show. In this case, we apply gallbladder. We have optimized the image. We are including the color Doppler box. We are now seeing the pattern of vessels going through the hilum, liver hilum. We are seeing the gallbladder going more toward the cystic duct and the common hepatic duct in this case. And this is the space where we see that the patient has a multiple cholesterolosis. The focus is nicely adjusted to this part. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. We will be back to the rest of the lectures. Thank you.